भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की। हरे कृष्णा। पुनः एक बार आप सब
Hare Krishna. I welcome you all once more. Shri Ram Katha Aranya Khan. Ramji is present in the Panchvati, and at that time Shupnakha, the sister of Ravana, Ramji, she comes to Ramji and proposes him. So she thought that this it should be done by herself or on her own. Ramji refused, so she went to Lakshmanji. Even Lakshmanji refused. And she thought that it is because of Sita ji that they both are refusing. So she tried to attack Mother Sita. Ramji indicated to Lakshmanji. So Lakshmanji was already sharpening the arrows, so with his arrow, he cut her ears and nose. So yesterday you also heard that Shupnakha went to her brothers Khar and Dushan and bought the army of 14,000 people, and Ramji liberated all of them. And the mercy that he did was he created such potency that everybody was seeing Lord Ram in each other. Wow. So the merciful Lord Sri Ram gave his divine transcendental audience. He didn't kill them, but he liberated them. So now her brother Khar Dushan were also dead, and along with the army. So Shupnakha is running. So Govind has created the name. Lakshmanji is there with the arrow. And Shupnakha is running, covering her nose. So now, after running from here, she went to the assembly of King Ravana. And as she was the sister, she said angrily to her brother, she said that even if I have a brother like Ravana, still I'm in such a most pitiful situation that her nose and ears were removed. And on seeing her condition, you are so intoxicated in liquor and you sleep day and night. So after taking liquor and intoxicating yourself, you sleep day and night and you don't even care for us. The what's going on in your kingdom, what's happening to your citizens and your sister. So she said a very beautiful thing. So although Shunaka's mother may be demonic, but the father is a great saint. She is the daughter of Vishwashrava. So she got both the qualities of father and mother. So the quality of her father Vishwashrava is coming out of her mouth. In her speech, she is speaking about niti of philosophy. So to live our life, we need a philosophy to live by. If we want to attain the Lord or attain the love of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, so if we want to have a, or attain the Lord and spiritual master, we need preeti, that is love, and with relatives, we need riti, that is the way of life, and for society, it is niti or philosophy of life. So on these three, our life is based or should be based. So we should have a loving relationship with our spiritual master and the Lord, and with family and relatives, we should have riti, and with the society, niti. So the demons are expert in niti. Shukracharya also had a niti. Even Chanakya Pandit taught niti. So today she's talking about. So in Niti Shastra, Chanakya has said that even if the gold is in the drain, then also a wise person picks it up and cleans it up. And if we get knowledge, we should take it or accept that. That is the sign of intelligentsia. So although she is a sister of Ravana and she is Shupnakha, but she is also daughter of Vishwashrava, and she's talking about the philosophy of life. And she said or talked about three things. First, whatever you do in your life, if it is devoid of one thing, then that work is just a futile exercise. And the second point that she said was by doing that, a person gets destroyed very soon. And third, we should never think this person as smaller. So, so what did Shupnakha taught Ravana? Let's understand.
ती बिनु धन बीनु धर्मा हरि ही समर पे बीनु सतकर्मा विद्या बीनु विवेक उपजाये हे विद्या बीनु विवेक उपजाये श्रम फल पढ़े किए अरुपाये। बहुत सुंदर बात, जीवन जीने के लिए बहुत काम में आएगा ये।
So this is an important philosophy of life that will be very suitable and beneficial for our life. And Ravan also heard it very carefully and came into action after that. So Shupnakha said, so let's first see the fourth line. Ram bal phal pade kiye arupai. So if you don't have these things, then it will just be an futile exercise or hard work without any benefit. So what are the things? As you can see here. So if a king rules or a politician is ruling, then without principles, it will just be a futile exercise. The country cannot be run without proper philosophy or policy.
धर्म बिगर का जो धन है, धर्म बिना धन
And wealth that we have gained without performing any or following any principles of religiosity, that is dharma, so that money or wealth should always be earned by following the principles of religiosity or dharma. Otherwise, it will become futile exercise. So we should run the country with the policy. We should earn the money through or based on principles of religiosity. So this is what Shupnakha is speaking. She's talking about the Lord Hari. So she says, no matter how great work you do or the great charity you perform,
जीवन में कितना भी बड़ा सत्कर्म करो,
so no matter how good or pious deed you perform, but if it is not offered to Lord Hari, then that is of no use. So she has taught three things. First, a king or a leader or a politician should work based on some policy. Otherwise, he won't be able to rule. And if you want to earn money, then you should earn it with keeping in mind the principles of religiosity. And if you perform any pious deed, then that should be offered to Lord Hari. And without doing that, we should not perform or do any pious deeds. And then she further adds, we should
यदि विद्या को
acquire
बिना विवेक
knowledge
के ग्रहण करते
with
हैं तो
patience
उस
or
विद्या का कोई
viveka,
फल नहीं रहता।
because
तो
otherwise
ये
it will be
शूर्पणखा
futile.
रावण को उसकी सभा में कहती हैं
So Shupnakha
कि विद्या का जो
tells Ravana
विवेक
in his
करने की तरफ से काम नहीं है,
assembly
हरि को समर्पण किए बिना सत्कर्म कुछ काम के नहीं, धर्म के बिना धन कुछ काम का नहीं, और नीति
that
के बिना तेरा राज्य कुछ काम का नहीं।
without policy there cannot be
हे
any
रावण, यह
rule or reign in the
आदमी
kingdom,
तुरंत नष्ट भ्रष्ट हो
and
जाता है।
without principles of religiosity
संगते जति
earning money
कुटिल,
is
राजा
futile,
मानते ज्ञान पानते लाजा,
and without offering our results of
नीति
our
कनक
piety
बिनु
they are
मंत्री न
useless.
गुणी, ना सही बेगी नीति अस सुनी। रावण मेरी नीति सुन,
She
संग
tells Ravana,
जति,
listen to
जति जति
my
माने सन्यासी,
philosophy.
सन्यासी तुरंत नष्ट हो जाएगा
A
यदि वो संग
celibate
करे।
or ascetic
संग माने
will be
विषयी भोगों का
destroyed
संग।
if he
सो संगते जति विषयी
attaches or
भोगों का
tries to
संग,
enjoy
यति
his senses,
सन्यासी नष्ट भ्रष्ट
or
हो
if
जाता
he
है।
engages himself
और
in sense
बुद्धि से
gratification,
राजा जो अच्छी सलाह दे
and
उसे
if
मंत्री कहते हैं,
a
सुमंत्री,
person
सुमंत्री।
gives good advice, then he is
अच्छी मंत्रणा
called
दे
as
उसे
mantri.
कुमंत्री कहते हैं।
But a person who doesn't give a
जो
great
कुमंत्री है
counsel
राजा,
is
उस राजा,
called
वो राजा
kumantri.
तुरंत नष्ट हो जाएगा यदि उसे
And a
मंत्रणा
king will be
देने वाला
destroyed
मंत्री
if he
कुमंत्री हो,
gets a
सुमंत्री
bad
हो।
counsel.
तो विषयी
If
भोगों
the
का संग
minister
करने से
is
राजा
not
नष्ट हो
appropriate
जाएगा,
counsel, then
कुमंत्रणा से राजा नष्ट
he
हो
will
जाएगा।
be destroyed.
मानते से ज्ञान, बहुत अच्छी बात, सम्मान मिलने से ज्ञान नष्ट हो जाएगा।
By getting fame, our knowledge will be destroyed.
ज्यादा सम्मान मिलने लगा,
If you get
सम्मान
more
से
respect,
ज्ञान, सम्मान
then
से ज्ञान नष्ट हो जाएगा,
our knowledge will
और
be destroyed.
पानते लाजा, और पीने से,
If you
पीने का मतलब
intoxicate
समझ रहे हो ना,
yourself,
शराब पीने से लाज, लज्जा
then
नष्ट हो जाएगी।
your shame will be
पीने वाले
destroyed.
को ज्यादा लज्जा नहीं रहती है, न बोलने की लज्जा, वाणी की,
So they
मर्यादा, वस्त्र
don't
की
keep
लज्जा।
in mind
तो
what they're
विषयी
saying
भोगों
or
से
how they're
संगति से
dressed.
सन्यासी नष्ट हो जाता है,
So by
कुमंत्रणा से राजा नष्ट
attaching
हो
himself
जाता
to
है,
sense
मान
gratification,
सम्मान से
a
ज्ञान
celibate
नष्ट
or
हो जाता
aesthetic
है,
can be destroyed.
शराब
By
पीने
bad
से
counsel, a king can be destroyed.
मर्यादा नष्ट हो जाता
And
है,
by fame,
पीते
our
प्रणय,
knowledge can get destroyed. And
प्रणय से
moreover,
कीर्ति नष्ट
by
हो जाती है।
intoxication, our shame will be destroyed.
प्रणय माने नम्रता से, प्रीति में बहुत नम्रता नहीं होता, जहां प्रेम
So,
होता है
where there
वहां
is love,
नम्रता नहीं
there
होता।
is not much humility.
और बिनु मद ते गुणी, और अहंकार से, मद माने अहंकार से गुण
And
नष्ट हो जाते
mad
हैं।
means
कोई आदमी में कितने भी
pride,
गुण हो,
and by that, all our qualities would be
यदि
destroyed.
अहंकार आ जाए
If we
तो वह नष्ट हो जाता है। तो
get
एक्चुअली
proud, then
शूर्पणखा यही तो बताना
we
चाहती
will
है
be destroyed. And Shupnakha
कि
is
तुझ में गुण
telling
है,
that
लेकिन
you
तेरे में
have
अहंकार
qualities,
बढ़ गया है,
but because you
इसलिए
have
तेरे सारे गुण नष्ट हो गए।
pride, that is why all your
तो रावण
qualities
कहता
are
है तुम्हें
destroyed.
ऐसा क्यों, प्रॉब्लम क्या है?
So Ravana says that what
बोले प्रॉब्लम
exactly
ये
is the
है
problem
कि मैं गई
you're
थी वहां
facing?
पंचवटी में,
So she said that I
और
went to
बहुत से
Panchvati,
बहुत अच्छे पुरुष थे,
I
और
saw
उसको मैं
two
ऑफर किया
handsome men,
शादी करो,
and I
उसने
offered
मेरी
that
ये हालत
I
करी।
want to
रावण ने
marry
कहा तुम
them,
चिंता मत
and
करो, तू मुझे
they
छोड़ना
had
नहीं है, और वो
made
साधारण दो पुरुष मेरा क्या
or
बिगाड़ लेंगे, अभी
behaved in
जाऊंगा और
this
फिर
manner
मार
with
दूंगा।
me. So Ravana said,
चलो
don't
फिर
worry, I
देखते
will
हैं,
go and I will
बहुत
kill them.
सुंदर बात कही।
And further,
एक
Shupnakha adds,
पावक पाप प्रभु, अही गनई न छोट करी, अस कही विविध विलाप करी, करी लागी रोदन करना। वो कहती है कि इस
she says,
छह वस्तु को कभी छोटा नहीं समझना चाहिए।
we should not
रावण ने कहा कि
underestimate
ठीक है
these
लड़के
6
हमारा
things.
क्या बिगाड़ेंगे,
She
अभी भी
said,
मार दूंगा।
Ravana said that what can these two
शुंभ ने क्या
princes
कहा कि
do
6 चीज को छोटा
or
नहीं समझना
trouble me with?
चाहिए।
I
एक,
will destroy
सबसे
and
पहले
kill
बोलती
them.
है रिपु, ये
So
बिल्कुल
she
सही चीज
says
बोली।
that
बोले रिपु माने शत्रु को कभी
we should
छोटा
not
नहीं मानना
underestimate
चाहिए।
6 things, and the first is Ripu, that is enemy.
यदि शत्रु को छोटा माना
If you
तो हमारा
underestimate
विनाश निश्चित
the
है।
enemy, then we will be
तो
destroyed
रिपु
for sure.
शत्रु को छोटा न मान। दूसरा है रूज।
And second is Rouge,
रूज रूज माने रोग।
that is
किसी भी
disease.
रोग को छोटा नहीं मानना चाहिए।
We should never consider any
बहुत
disease to be
सीरियसली
small.
कुछ गड़बड़ कुछ
If there is
इन्फेक्शन
some
है तो
distress or
तुरंत उसका
problem,
इलाज करना
then
चाहिए।
we should
रोग को छोटा न
immediately
मानो
take
कि
action on
पता
that.
नहीं कौन सा बड़ा
We
रूप
should not
धारण कर लेगा।
tolerate because it can
तो
become a
रिपु
bigger
शत्रु को
trouble or
छोटा नहीं
disease.
मानना चाहिए, रूज रोग को छोटा नहीं मानना चाहिए। तीसरा है पावक। पावक माने अग्नि।
And the third
आग
is
को
Pavak,
छोटा
that
नहीं
is
मानना
fire.
चाहिए।
We should never
अभी
think that the fire
कितना
is
छोटा
small.
होता है, उसमें दिया सलाखें
Matchstick
कितनी बड़ी
is
होती हैं।
such a
घर में
small
हम लोग
thing,
इसे जलाते
but
हैं
if we
तो उसे
burn it,
छोटा नहीं मानना चाहिए। वो
we
छोटी सी
cannot
चीज
consider
है
it to
लेकिन
be small
पूरे घर
because
को
that
जला
small
के राख कर
matchstick
सकती है।
has a capability to burn the whole
सो
house.
पावक अग्नि को छोटा नहीं मानना चाहिए। फिर
We
कहती है
should never
तीसरा है
think that the
पाप।
fire is small.
रिपु, रूज, पावक और पाप।
And
पाप
fourthly,
को
she
कभी
says
छोटा
pap,
नहीं मानना
that
चाहिए।
is sin. So we should never
दिखने में
think that
छोटा
a sin
होता
is
है
small. Although it may
लेकिन
look
कुछ लोगों को
small,
दिखाई ही नहीं देता,
and some people don't even
पाप
see that,
बहुत बड़ा होता है।
but it is a
इस धरती में सबसे भारी क्या है?
great thing. And what is the
जब
great
यक्ष ने
heaviest
युधिष्ठिर
thing
को
in this
पूछा
earth? So if it, when it was
युधिष्ठिर
asked,
ने क्या कहा? पाप भूमि ते भारी।
so Yudhishthir Maharaj replied
संसार में सबसे
that
ज्यादा भारी है।
sin is even heavier
सो
than
रिपु
the other
शत्रु
Mother
को
Earth.
छोटा न समझे, रूज रोग को छोटा न समझे, पावक अग्नि को छोटा न समझे, और चौथा है पाप को छोटा न समझे, पांचवा है प्रभु।
The fifth is Prabhu.
प्रभु को कभी कम छोटा नहीं समझना चाहिए। फिर वो वैकुंठ वाला प्रभु हो
Whether he
या
is the
यहाँ
Prabhu
पे
of
बैठे
Vaikunth
हुए प्रभु हो, बलभद्र
or the
प्रभु, अमिताभ
Prabhu
प्रभु,
sitting
ये
here,
प्रभु वो प्रभु,
Balbhadra Prabhu,
प्रभु
Mandal
को
Prabhu.
छोटा नहीं मानना
So
चाहिए।
you should never underestimate a Prabhu.
दिखने में समान साधारण दिखाई देते हैं, धोती
They
कुर्ता
may
पहने,
look ordinary,
धोती में कितनी ताकत है
but
समय आने पर पता चलती है।
they are very powerful,
सुसूप नखा
and
ने बताया
only
कि
it
भाई
is reveled
प्रभु को
or
छोटा न
unraveled
माने।
in
और
time.
फिर छठा कहती है अही।
And
अही
sixth,
माने
she
सर्प।
says, Ahi or
सर्प
snake.
दिखने में छोटा होता है
Although it may
लेकिन
look
पूरे
appear
घर
to
को
be
तबाह
small,
कर सकता है,
but
सबको
it
मार
can
सकता है।
kill
लेकिन उस
everybody.
सांप में कितने लोगों को मारने की ताकत होती है।
It has a potency to kill so
कभी
many people.
सांप को छोटा नहीं मानना चाहिए। तो रिपु, रूज, पावक, पाप, प्रभु और अही गनयन छोट करी, इसको छोटा नहीं मानना
So we
चाहिए।
should never think that they are
देखो हमारी
small.
नलिनी माता जी ने फोटो ले लिया कि भाई अब तो ये
So
जीवन में ही
Naredi
उतरेगा,
Mataji has taken
इसको
the
छोटा
picture,
नहीं
so
मानना चाहिए।
she will
अस
imbibe in her
करी
life. So,
विविध विलाप करी लागी रोदन करन, इस प्रकार से बहुत बहुत विलाप करते
and
हुए
then
सूर्पनखा
she
जोर जोर
started
से रोने
crying
लगी।
vehemently
रावण रावण तेरे जैसा भाई
and
होते हुए
shouting.
मेरी ये
She said
हालत,
that although you are my brother,
सब
but
छोड़
still I am
छाड़
in
के वो
such a
मर गए।
distressful situation.
वो पंचवटी में दो पुरुष
Her
थे
and Dushan
जिन्होंने
and
हलचल मचा
so
दी।
much, the 14,000
रावण
army
ने
was
कहा
killed.
कि तुम चिंता मत करो।
Ravana said that you need not to
रावण ने तो
worry,
पहले ये पूछा
oh
तू वहां
sister.
गई थी क्यों?
So Ravana
तू
asked,
वहां पर
why
क्या था, तू वहां पर क्यों गई
you
थी?
went there? Why did you go there?
शूर्पणखा कहती है कि मैं वहां पर
And
गई थी
Shupnakha says,
भ्रमण करते करते
I
मैंने प्यास
was
लगी,
roaming there and I
वहां
was
मैंने देखी
thirsty.
दो
I
सुंदर
went to
पुरुष
get
गए,
some water.
लेकिन
I
उसके
saw
पीछे
these handsome men,
बहुत सुंदर कन्याएं
and
थी।
there was a
ऐसा
beautiful
पार राम
woman
राम
with
अस
them.
नामा, तिनके संग नारी एक सामा, एक सुंदर नारी थी। तो मैंने सोचा कि वो तो
And I thought
आपके लायक है भैया,
that beautiful
मैंने
woman
प्रस्ताव
is
रखा
suitable
कि
for
ये
you.
नारी हमको दे
So
दो,
I gave a
हम
proposal that
रावण
you
को
should give
प्रदान
this
करेंगे।
woman.
बिल्कुल
I
झूठ
will
मूठ
offer it
बताना
to my
चाहती
brother.
थी
She
कि
is
नहीं,
lying. She went there for her own
लेकिन
work.
आपके लिए मैंने प्रपोजल रखा तो उसने
So
मेरे
she
दोनों
said
कान
that
काट दिए।
I kept the proposal for you, but
रावण ने
they
शूर्पणखा को
cut
कहा
my
कि
ear
तुम
and nose.
कक्ष में विश्राम करो,
So Ravana told her to take
तुम्हारे
rest in
देह
her
को
room, and he said that
इस प्रकार
tomorrow
से
I
शूर्पणखा
will
को अपने
take care of this business. So now Ravana goes to his room, and throughout the night he kept on contemplating. In Ramayana, the portrayal of Ravana is very, very negative. But every person has two personalities. So I will show you the inward Ravana. Outwardly, we may think Ravana is so bad and evil, but throughout the night, Ravana could not sleep, and he is thinking that this Khar and Dushan were are as powerful or as me, and yet who killed them both except the Lord? Khar and Dushan cannot be killed by anyone. Nobody has that strength. And Ravana is contemplating on this throughout the night, that nobody can kill them. And if they are dead, that implies that the Lord has incarnated on this material earth. And if he is the Lord, then he thinks in his heart, if he is the Lord, Goswamiji has requested that verse very beautifully. He says that if he is the Lord, then I will go to him and I will get killed by him. So Ravana is thinking, so let's see what Tulsidas ji has written about the inward thoughts of Ravana. So nowadays it's happened on the day of Dussehra, people burn Ravana. Need not to kill Ravana, but we should burn the bad thoughts in our heart and mind. Ravan might be thinking that one Ravana is burning the other Ravana. Outwardly, he may be portrayed as evil, but inwardly, whatever he thought and the action he took, we will listen to that. But so today is the last day of this Ram Katha. So let's venerate the Lord and sing his glories, and then we will proceed further to the pastimes of the Lord.
जय जय नवल किशोर जय गोपी चित चोर प्रभु जय जय माखन चोर जय जय माखन चोर श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की, श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की, जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की। उपस्थित
Hare Krishna. I welcome all the loving devotees of Srimad Bhagavatam, all the attendees, devotees. I also extend my warm welcome to the mellowful devotees of Ramji, all the senior devotees who have decorated this assembly. I also welcome you all who have joined through the medium of Govind TV, Facebook, YouTube from all the parts of the world. It is all the listeners and The organizers of this beautiful Katha, the denizens of Bengaluru, Karnataka, the Thalam family,
श्री पुष्पा तालम माता,
Pushpa Thalam Mataji
श्री
and
सी
her
जगन्नाथ
father,
शेट्टी जी,
C.N. Jagannath Prabhuji,
सी जे गीता माता,
C.J. Geeta Mataji,
उनका पूरा परिवार, साईं
and the
राम
whole
प्रसाद,
family,
गुरु प्रसाद,
Sai Ram
श्री
Prasad,
उमा
Guru
जी,
Prasad,
उमा जी,
Shri Prasad
शरण जी,
Umaji,
शिल्पा जी,
Sharanji, Shilpaji,
आप
etc.
सभी भक्तों का
I welcome you
श्री हरि
all
कथा के अंतिम एवं
on the
सफल
last
दिवस में
concluding day
पुनः
of
एक
this
बार
Bhagavatam Katha.
हार्दिक स्वागत।
I welcome you all and
आप सबके चरणों
please
में
accept our humble obeisances at your lotus feet.
जय सिया राम।
Jai Siya Ram.
सो शूर्पणखा ने रावण को बहुत
The
गुस्साया।
Shupnakha agitated
शूर्पणखा ने
Ravana
उसको नीति याद कराई
and taught
और
her
जब शूर्पणखा ने कहा
philosophy
कि
and policies.
वो दो
And when she
राक्षसियों
said
ने
that those two
खरदूषण को मार
ascetics
दिया,
have killed
उसकी पूरी
Khardushan
सेना को मार दिया,
and destroyed the whole
तब रावण
army,
सोच में पड़ गया।
then Ravana was anxious. He was
रावण रात
became
भर अपने
thoughtful,
महल में यही सोच
concerned,
रहा है।
and
रावण के महल की चारों दीवार में
throughout the night in
एक
his
चौपाई गूंज
palace, he
रही
is
है।
thinking, and this chopai is resonating with him.
मोही समबलवंता एखर दूषण मोही समबलवंता तीन्हि को रई बीनु भगवंता। रावण रात भर अपने कमरे में अपने महल में सोच रहा है कि खर दूषण मोही सम बलवंता, ये खर और दूषण तो मेरे सगे भाई और मेरे समान ही बलवान है थे, और वे मर गए तो उनको भगवान के बिना और कौन मार सकता है। खरदूषण को ईश्वर के बिना, भगवान के अलावा और कोई मार नहीं सकता। रावण आगे मन में सोचता है, सुर रंजन भन जन मही भारा, ये जो भगवंत लिन्ह अवतारा। सुर रंजन भन जन मही भारा, जो भगवंत लिन्ह अवतारा। तो मैं जाई बेरू हठि बराऊं, प्रभु सर प्राण तजे भवतराऊं। खर और दूषण मर गए, एक
Khar
झटके
or
में
Dushan are killed,
सेना मर गई।
and
मतलब
14,000 soldiers were killed,
भगवान कैसे हो
and
सकता है।
it can be the
इसका अर्थ
work
ये
of
होता है
only the Supreme Personality of
सूर
Godhead,
रंजन,
the Lord.
सूर माने देवता, रंजन माने आनंद। सूर रंजन देवताओं को आनंद
So
देने
Sur
वाला
Ranjan, so the
भंजन मही भारा,
giver of the pleasure to all the
भार को
demigods,
खत्म करने वाला
and to reduce
भगवान
the weight
इस धरती
of
पर प्रकट हो
sinners
चुका
on this
है।
earth, the Lord has
सूर
incarnated or manifested.
सूर रंजन भंजन मही भारा, देवताओं को आनंद देने वाला,
So Sur
भक्तों
means
का भार मुक्त
demigods,
करने
Ranjan means happiness, so to the giver of pleasure to demigods. Bhanjan Mahi, so to remove the weight of Mahi, that is earth, and Bhanjan is to destroy them, to destroy the demons. So Bhagwant Leena Avatara, for that the Lord has incarnated, and therefore I will become opposed to the Lord, and by getting killed by him or by leaving this body in front of his eyes, I will cross this ocean of material world. And the walls of the palace started speaking, and they were shivering, and they said that you're thinking that much and you understand that the Lord is the supreme personality of Godhead, then why don't you pray to him? Why don't you perform devotional service towards him? Ravana replies beautifully. It's amazing.
सदेहा हो यही भजनन तामस देहा मन क्रम बचन मंत्र दृढ़ एहा जो नर रूप भूप सूत को हरियहु नारी जीती रण दो। रावण मन ही मन सोचने लगा कि क्या
Ravana is thinking in his mind or heart, what should he do next?
उसका भजन करने चलूंगा,
If I try to perform his devotional service, then I will require to take so many births after births. And after taking multiple millions of births, we won't be able to attain him. And I have this bod, a demonic body, or in the mode of passion and ignorance. So tamaha means he's in the mode of ignorance, and therefore he cannot focus and sit on one place and chant the holy names. And there was no Amritsar as well. And he says that if I take his shelter, then only I will be benefited, I will be liberated. But I want to purify the whole Lanka. I want all the living entities in Lanka to be benefited and liberated. So, what should I do that all of them get liberated? And what should I do that Lord Sri Ram enters Lanka Puri? Then in the second line, you can see Ravana adds, if he is the Lord and has appeared as the prince of a king, then if I abduct his wife, then definitely he will enter Lanka following her closely. Otherwise, I won't get this opportunity or chance that he might visit us. But if I abduct his wife, then this work can be accomplished and I will get liberated. So, this is the thought of Lord or King Ravana. Although outwardly it appears that Ravana is evil, but inwardly he is pure and pious, and we are exact vice versa. We think evil inwardly and are or appear to be good outwardly. So Ravana started from Lanka and towards Mauritius. We have done a few kathas in Mauritius. So Ravana went to Mauritius as Marichi Rishi was in Mauritius. So as he was thrown away from Bharatvarsh to Mauritius after getting attacked by the arrow of Lord Sri Ram. So Goswamiji describes vividly, said that they Ravana bowed down towards the feet of Marichi Rishi. Even Marichi was shocked that how he is giving respects to me. So he never offers obeisances to anyone. Today he is obeying is obeisances to me. So there might be some selfish ulterior motive behind this. Goswamiji says, if a person who is not right, and if he bows down, then you should understand there might be some ulterior motive. He gives an example here. He says, the controller of the elephant, and if this Ankush, that is the instrument to control the elephant, if it bows, or if a snake bows, then that means he is going to bite. And if a cat bends, that means she's about to catch the rat. So if a person who is low, then if they bow down, then there might be some ulterior motive behind the same. Similarly, Marichi is thinking, so if a flower blossoms in an inopportune time, so Ravan has reached Marich and he welcomed Ravana, offered him garlands and gave him appropriate place to sit, and asked the purpose of his visit. Then Ravana tells Marich, we need to abduct a woman. Marich said that this is his daily job. So he used to abduct women and used to keep them in his palace. He said that we need to abduct one woman. So he said, what's the profile? What's the background? Which women you want to abduct? Which woman you want to abduct? So he says that she stays in Panchvati and there are two princes. So he said that we need to abduct this woman. So Marichi replied that you have these 10 heads, so that implies that you have 10 brains. But do you even have little iota of knowledge? Do you even understand whom you're planning to abduct? She is the mother of the whole material universe, and you want to bring her here, and you want to create animosity with the Lord Himself. Do you even imagine that the women you want to abduct is the wife of the Lord Himself? We should never be opposed to the Lord. Why? because her husband, when he kills, then only we die, and when he protects, then we are protected. And on his behest, all this material universe is taken care of. It's created and preserved and destroyed. So we have little short of time, but the discourse that Marichi said, and I talked about this for 7 days in Thailand or Mauritius, but he beautifully explained that the Lord behest everything works, and you want to abduct his wife. Have you ever felt scared? Have you even just have you even just faced him yet? So Marichi said that I met him, and he said that when Vishwamitra was performing his fire sacrifice, and to create obstacle we were doing, that is our works, to create obstacle in someone who is doing good work, we should obstruct them. That is the work of demonic person. So we went there to disturb him.
अभी तो ये मैच्योर हो गए हैं, अभी तो ये बड़े हो गए
And
हैं.
at that time they were kids. Now they are friends. Now they are grown ups. Yes, the Ram. I'm telling you about the time when he was an adolescent, and he was with Vishwamitra, and we went there to distress or destroy the fire sacrifice. And that time he shot an arrow that was not even pointed, and it threw me away from there to directly to Mauritius. And he says, the I have become a bumblebee since I have been shot by him. I just meditate on his name. I cannot think anything else. Wherever I go, I see him. If I see Ra, I start sweating. I'm so scared to my bones that I just had little experience of him. I think that if he just threw a bamboo, if had he just shot an arrow from his sarang, then I would have been killed. So, oh Ravana, I am experienced. There are so many women. There is no dearth of women in this world. Why you are fixated on this particular woman? We had killed Tadaka, Subahu, and you still don't understand. And he had killed thousands of your army as well. So Marichi is trying to counsel him, but Ravana became angry and agitated on Marichi. He said that it seems that you're scared of Ram. You haven't seen the courage and bravery of Ravana. And if you don't do this, then I will kill you. Then Marichi contemplates, and it's mentioned in Ramayana. So he estimated, or Marichi estimated, he thinks by opposing 9 types of people, we will never be benefited, or it won't be beneficial or useless. So this is also a niti. So we should not oppose 9 types of people. And the first is Shastri. If someone is bedecked with weapons and you are without any weapon, then the sign of intelligence is to surrender. If we try to show our strength, then we will be killed. So we should not oppose 9 types of people for at least some time. Till that point, you are safe from that trouble. That is a sign of wisdom. So a person who is carrying weapon, then second is marmi. So the society in the society, we sometimes reveal our heart's desires and feelings, and that is marmi. So if he becomes your enemy, then we should not oppose them. So a person who understands us or knows us, we should not oppose them. Ravana opposed Vibhishan and he got killed because Vibhishan knew the secret of Ravana. Then Prabhu means person who is capable, as if, for example, a king. I am just a citizen, he is a king, so he is capable. We should not oppose him. Till the point we also are capable. So it's not about running away, it is about this wisdom. So then Shat, who is a fool, who how can we oppose him? The position should be with someone who is capable. How will you compete with a fool? And the fifth is Dhani. We should not oppose wealthy people because on the basis of their wealth they can do anything. Then with we should not have animosity with a doctor. That time they were Ved, so nowadays doctors. If he gives you something wrong, if he gives wrong medicine, then we will be finished. Then seventh is Bandi. So it's about those times. So there were people who used to sing. Some people have this habit too. So, so it's not their fault, it's their nature. They just tell this gossip here and there. So we should not oppose them because today they are gossiping about others, tomorrow they will gossip about us. Then Kavi or the poet, because they will defame you. And the ninth is Manas Guni, that is the person who cooks. So the person who cooks it could be wife also. So we should not oppose them because otherwise, whether she's a wife or a cook, we should not oppose them. So if we create animosity with them, then you will be destroyed. This is what Marichi was aware of. And Marichi thought it's not appropriate to have animosity with Ravana. And Ravana said that if you don't accompany me, then I have this sword and I will kill you immediately. Then Marichi thought in his mind that by getting killed by Ravana, it's far better to die on the hands of the Lord. So Ravana said that immediately we should leave, and they're going. And what's going on in Marichi's mind? That is what Tulsidas ji has explained here in this verse.
प्रीतम देखी लोचन सुफल करी सुख पाई हो श्री सहित यनूज समेत कृपा निकेत पद मन लाई हो निर्वाण दायक क्रोध जाकर भगति अव सही बस करी निज पानी सर संदानी सो मोहि विदेहि सुख सागर हरि। मारीच मन में मनोरथ करते हुए जा रहे हैं।
So Marichi is moving with this desire that no matter what, anyways, death is inevitable for everyone, but I will die seeing my most beloved Lord. निज परम प्रीतम देखी लोचन सुफल करी सुख पाई. By seeing the most beloved Lord, I will satisfy my eyes along with Mother Sita and his younger brother Lakshmanji. The merciful Lord and I will focus my heart on their lotus feet. So the Lord, who is the provider of liberation and salvation, and by his mercy, I will cross this material world and reach the abode of the Lord. Just thinking that, he is thinking in his heart, when will this time arrive? When I will run and Ramji will chase me. So usually everybody chases Lord Ram, but here the time will be that Ramji will chase me. So in this manner, Ravana took Mauritius to Panchavati, and in between he has told the plan that you know how to transform your form, so you need to take the form of a golden deer, and Ramji will chase you, and he will. When he kills you, then you have to take the name of Lakshmana so that people will think that Ramji has been shot. So it's the time of morning. Lakshmanji has went to pluck flowers. Ramji and Sitaji are sitting alone or in seclusion, and Ramji said that you should enter the fire because Ravana is approaching, and you take the form of your shadow, because by seeing your divine transcendental form, he will be burnt and turned to ashes. So you should enter the fire so that he will just abduct your shadow. So Sitaji enters the fire, and the external potency of the Lord takes the form of her shadow. And there Tulsidas ji described that Lakshmanji was not aware, although he realized that there is something amiss, but he was not aware. So the history behind that is that there was a woman whose name was Vedvati who wanted to have Lord Sri Ram as her husband, and she was performing austerity for the same. And at the same time, Ravana crossed and he saw this beautiful woman who was engaged in devotional service. She was in meditation and trance, but Ravana started forcefully abducting her. Then that woman burned herself in her own fire, and she cursed Ravana that I will become the reason of your death. Because of you, I have killed myself, and this fire will become the reason of your death. So this Vedvati appeared as a shadow of Mother Sita. So, and the original Mother Sita took or went inside the fire and stayed there. So, but Lakshmanji didn't knew that. He was unaware of the same. So, for your information, so this is not the original Mother Sita, but she's just the shadow or Vedvati. So she is the fake Sita, and for that, when Marichi will come as the golden deer, she will become attached or attracted to him. A actual Sita cannot be attracted to gold or an animal. A devotion. She is the epitome of devotional service, and it cannot be affected by jewelry, jewels, ornaments, wealth, etc. But people who fake devotional service, then they will be attracted to them. So, if we are attracted to wealth, opulence, money, ornaments, etc., then we should check ourselves that although we are performing devotional service, but it's not pure, it's still fake, we are just faking it. So Marichi took the form of a beautiful deer, and Sitaji saw him. He, all his limbs were beautiful, and seeing him, Sitaji said, "Oh, Dev." And she said that you should kill this deer and you should give his skin to me. So first she saw this golden deer. So that implies that a person who is materialist will see the material things first. So this Sita is material, is or the material energy of the Lord. That is why she is attracted to material things. And what is she addressing Lord Sri Ram? She's saying, have mercy on me and kill him. So if I ask you a question, if you want to kill this deer, then do you need mercy or you need cruelty? Even if you want to kill an insect, you need mercy or you want cruelty. We will require cruelty for that. But what is Sitaji saying? We need your mercy and kill this deer. So that implies that you should kill this deer and liberate him. Otherwise, because he will be suffering for so many births, but be merciful and liberate him. And secondly, is mentioned in the Chopai, and we are aware that you should bring this deer to me. So we should think, Sitaji, was she non-vegetarian? Why will she tell to bring the deer? Even Ramji will think, what is attracting Sita ji because she's not going to wear him or eat him. But Ramji started running or chasing the deer. Actually, he wants to establish this philosophy in this world. Nobody has seen a golden deer, nor anybody have heard about it yet. So these 84 lakh of species were created by the Lord Himself. And Sita ji said that you should bring this golden deer. So he should have thought that I have created all these 84 lakh species. I never created such a being. But Raghunandan got this desire. He wanted to portray that Vinashakale Vipritasya Buddhe. When it's the time of destruction, then the first thing that he loses or is opposed to him is his wisdom and intelligence. That is what he is portraying through. So the whole verse is like that.
तथापि तृष्णा रघुनंदनस्य विनाश काले विपरीत बुद्धि. सो राम जी ये दिखाना चाहते थे स्वयं भगवान हो, ईश्वर हो.
So Ramji is portraying that although I am the Lord Himself, but when it's the time of destruction, at that time our wisdom opposes us or is opposed to us. So he said, she said that I want this deer, and Ramji started running, chasing this deer. He should have thought, give a thought that whether whatever she's asking, is it good or not, or just directly go and buy it for her. So sometimes people say that I will bring moon and stars for you. So uh, if she asks, then what you will do? You will have to contact NASA for that. So practically, Ramji is portraying this. So Ramji started chasing this deer, and he told Lakshmanji that I'm going to get this deer, but you stay here and protect Mother Sita. So Ramji started running, and they went deep in the forest, quite far. So Ramji shot an arrow on this deer, and as this deer was magicians, or he could take any form, so he took the voice of Ramji and started calling Lakshmanji. And Sitaji said that it seems that Ramji is in distress or trouble, so you should go and protect him. So Lakshmanji said that he's the Lord, so he cannot be troubled or distressed. But Sitaji said something so strange that he had to leave, although he didn't have any desire to leave her alone. So he said that because it is your order, I cannot reject it, but I am putting this line, you should not cross this line. So after that, Lakshmanji also leaves. So first Ramji left, then Lakshmanji was sent. Therefore, Sitaji got abducted. Who is Ram? Gyan, that is knowledge, and Lakshman is renunciation. So, and Sita is epitome of devotional service. So, if our knowledge and renunciation leaves, then our devotional service will be abducted. So, the Lakshman Rekha here signifies as the limitations set by the sages and the scriptures. So all the practitioners of devotional service should think and be mindful never to cross this or never to cross this line of rules and regulations or Vedic injunctions and scriptures. So we all are sadhakas or practitioners of devotional service. So we should always follow rules and regulation. And if a devotee leaves his principles of religiosity and regulations, then his devotional service will be destroyed. This is portrayed through this Lakshman Rekha. And when Ramji and Lakshmanji left, Ravan came in the form of a celibate and asked for alms. And Ravana saw that he could not cross this line, so he sat opposite to that line and he bowed down at the feet of Mother Sita in his heart, and he told Sitaji that your husband is in trouble and your Lakshmana also went there to save him. So I know a mantra then which can protect your husband. So she said that please tell me. So he said that give me alms first, then only I will give you the mantra. So she says that you come here and I will give you the mantra. And if you want to protect your husband, you should bring all the goods, the alms here and give it to me here. To protect her husband, she came with all the alms, and the moment she crossed that line or Lakshman Rekha, and he took Mother Sita and took her in his vehicle and went away. And at that time, Sita ji reminds herself of was, and she says, Lakshman, you were not at fault. You were right that Ramji cannot be hurt, and but I never paid any heed to you. So Lakshmana here is Guru Tattva. He had tried to convince and counsel her, but Sitaji didn't adhere to him. So Sitaji was regretting that, oh Lakshmana, you were right, but I didn't heard you or paid any heed to your advice. So Sitaji started shouting, crying as she was abducted forcefully by Ravana. So all the living entities were seeing this and were in pain and distress, but nobody came forward to help her. So it is said by the scholars that even Janakji realized, because even Janakji comes in the living entities, but he could not come to protect her. Even Dashrath, who was in heaven, could not come. How can he come? So at the time of coronation of Ramji, then he came. Then why he couldn't come here to protect his daughter-in-law? But to protect her, there was no one, but only a vulture, a bird came to her rescue. I remember yesterday's history. Maharana Pratap was stuck by the terrorizers and he was being attacked. And to protect Maharana Pratap, nobody came forward. Then Maharana Pratap's horse Chetak came forward and he saved him. Similarly, today this evil Ravana is abducting Mother Sita, and there was no one to protect Mother Sita. Then the king of the world, eagles, who realized that this is none other than the wife of the Lord, that is Mother Sita. And Jatayu came from the sky, and he saw from afar that this demon Ravana is abducting, kidnapping her, as if a demon or a butcher takes the cow with him. As a mountain is attacked by Vraj, similarly, Jatayu came running towards Ravana and said, "Oh, evil demon, you should leave Sita at once, otherwise, I will not let you go." And then there was a great fight between them. So there was one point when Jatayu would have killed Ravana, but that time Ravana took out his sword and he cut the feathers of Jatayu, and without the feathers, Jatayu fell down on earth. And in this manner, Jatayu fell down, and Ravana abducted Mother Sita. And it is so described that all the ornaments that Sita ji was wearing, she started taking them out. She collected them in a cloth and threw them, which were later found by Sugriv ji. Here Ramji has just killed Marichi and brought this deer with him. And when he came back, he met Lakshmanji on the way back. And by seeing Lakshmanji, he said that, "Lakshman, you're here? How come you're here?" He said that when we heard your voice, then mother told me to protect you and go to protect you. Ramji said that, "I told you you should not come here and you should protect Mother Sita." He said, "What should I have done? The mother gave me the order. Definitely she is in trouble." When Ramji reached his hermitage, he saw that Sita ji was not to be found. And everything was haywire, and Ramji concluded that somebody had forcefully abducted her. And now Ramji and Lakshmanji are in search of Sita ji. Ramji, he is half mad. He is roaming here and there, and he is searching for his wife. And whoever he meets, he is asking, "Have you seen my Sita?"
मृग है हे मधुकर श्रेणी तुम देखी सीता मृग नैनी खंजन सूक कपोत मृग मीना मधुप निकर को कील प्रवीणा। हे खग, हे मृग,
Ramji says, "Oh rabbit, oh dear, have you seen? Oh bumblebee, have you seen my Sita? Have you seen my Sita who has eyes like deer? Oh fish, oh parrot, even the stones were asked by Lord Sri Ram, 'Have you seen my Sita?'" So in this manner, in separation with Sita ji, he is looking and searching for her, and then he reached a point where he could hear the voice of Ram, and he saw Jatayu ji, who is on his deathbed. So Jatayu is about to die. He's on his deathbed and he says, "Oh Lord, please forgive me. I could not protect Sita ji. Please forgive me. I could not save her." Ramji said, "You need not to worry, but you at least tried." On this deathbed, please listen carefully. Ramji took Jatayu on his lap and he started caressing him. There are only two people in history in Mahabharata, Pitama Bhishma. Although he was capable when it was time to protect Draupadi, he didn't protect Draupadi, although he was capable to do that. He was capable, yet he didn't do it. Therefore, he got the bed of arrows. And here, Jatayu, although he was incapable, but still protected, tried to protect a woman, and he got the lap of the Lord on his deathbed. So, the philosophy here is that whether we are capable or not, what is our intention that matters. I don't think Jatayu was successful. What was his goal? It was to protect Mother Sita. And who is she? She is epitome of devotional service. So that was the goal, to protect devotional service. But he couldn't save her. But at least he tried. On the path of devotional service, trial is very, very important. Whether we become successful or not, we should leave it on the Lord. Whether we will pass or fail is in the hands of the Lord. But our responsibility is to keep on trying. A person who passes gets the medal, but here a person who has lost got the medal, because this is the path of devotional service. So although Jatayu has lost, he couldn't protect Mother Sita, but he is sleeping on the lap of the Lord. Although Bhishma was capable, could not protect a woman, or didn't protect the woman, and he got the bed of arrows, and Jatayu was incapable, yet he tried to protect a woman. At least he tried, and he got the lap of the Lord on his death. This is the philosophical point. Ramji says that please save your breath. I will revive you. Jatayu refused. He said, "Please don't do anything like that. Oh my Lord, I am and I am on the lap of the Lord. Lord is, I'm remembering him, and what can be a better death than this? Anyways, we all are supposed to die one day, but this death is very, very fortunate. I don't want to live, I want to die."
निज कर किन्हीं राम। भगवान से अविरल भक्ति मांगी।
So he asked for pure, unalloyed devotional service without any ulterior motive or desire. And as a human is cremated, similarly, Lord Sri Ram cremated the Jatayu with following all the principles of Vedas or Vedic scriptures. A person who gives up his life for devotional service, then his last rites are performed by the Lord Himself, is taken care by the Lord Himself. And in this manner, Jatayu was cremated by Lord Sri Ram. Ramji is in search for Mother Sita, and they are traveling, and they reached Pampa Sarovar. And on the banks of Pampa Sarovar, from last 60,000 years, a Bhilani is waiting for the Lord, that my spiritual master has said that the Lord will come to your hermitage.
तो वो शबरी राह देख रही हैं।
So this Shabri is waiting.
बहुत सुंदर है। गोस्वामी जी
Very
वर्णन करते
beautiful.
हैं कि
Goswami Tulsidas ji has described
आश्रम में पहुंचते हैं।
that Ramji reaches the hermitage of Shabri.
राम गृह आए, शबरी देखी, राम गृह आए, मुनि के वचन समझे जिय भाई। शबरी देखी राम गृह आए, मेरे घर में राम जी आए हैं।
Shabri realized that Lord Sri Ram is here and she started running
गुरु जी के पास।
towards
ऋषि की तो मृत्यु हो चुकी थी।
her spiritual master, although he was no more in this material world, but she went to the deity of her spiritual master and bowed down and said that you said that the Lord will come and he is here.
आए हैं राम जी, शबरी मिलन को व्याकुल धाये हे राम जी। व्याकुल हो रही थी मग को निहारती, निज कर कमल से आकर उठाए हे राम जी। कुटियां पे आज शबरी की आए हे राम जी। शबरी की कुटिया में राम जी आए हैं। अच्छा,
Ramji has reached the cottage of Shabri. So previously we have heard the pastimes of Shabri ji for 7 days. So I just see one new thing here. In the second line, if you see, when Ramji came to her cottage, how did he look? Sarasij lochan bahu bisala. He had lotus eyes, he had long arms. But there are two things that are special. On his forehead, there is the crown of his hair, and he is wearing one mala, which is impossible. Why? Ramji is in separation with Mother Sita, and he is roaming here and there. So he is not aware of his hair or his body. His hair are disheveled, disarrayed. He will not go tip top while searching for Sita ji. So there was no flower garland, etc. in her neck. So one mala means which has 5 types of flowers. But when he came to the cottage of Shabri, it is said that he is wearing the crown of his hair, and so when Matang Rishi gave shelter to Shabri and made her his disciple, so when a spiritual master gives initiation or shelter, then he gives two things to the disciple. First, that is the glories of the holy name, Harinam, and that everybody knows that the Lord has, the spiritual master has given the Harinam. But the second thing that the spiritual master gives is hidden or secretive, that is Swarup. He gives the form of the Lord, and according to that, the form of the disciple. So Matang Rishi has told Shabriji that he has long arms, lotus eyes, and the crown of his hair, and is bedecked with one mala. It is 5 types of flowers. It is tulsi, lotus, etc. And she has meditated on this form. So there is a philosophy that Yatama Prapadende. So when Ramji saw that Shabriji will not accept me in this form, because and throughout her life she has meditated on which form I should go in that form. So although he didn't had both these, but to nourish her emotion and mood, Ramji did it for arrange his hair for him. So for the devotion of a devotee, the Lord changes his form. He tied his hair and put on the garland and presented himself towards Shabriji, and she offered him berries. So as he should not get sour berries, so she was tasting each and every berry and then offering it to Ram. And it is said
विभोर लखी के दशाहरी जी हुए प्रेम में विभोर शबरी का कर पकड़ के लाए हे राम जी शबरी भी रो रही है राघव भी रो रहे हैं रो रो के अपने ही से लगाए हे राम जी लगता प्रभु को मानो माँ कौशल्या मिल गई लगता है प्रभु को मानो माँ कौशल्या मिल गई रो रो के अपने ही से लगाए हे राम जी रो रो के राम जी ने अपने हृदय से शबरी को लगाया.
So while crying, Ramji has embraced Shabri and eating her berries. He thought that he felt as if he has found his mother Kaushalya. Shabri, with folded hands, bowed down at the lotus feet of the Lord. She said that you have visited me, you've came to my home. I want to offer you my prayers, but I'm such ignorant, foolish woman who is unreligious. How shall I venerate you? How should I offer my obeisances to you? Ramji said that you need not to venerate, because whatever is achieved by singing the prayers, you have already achieved that. You didn't marry. Although I was supposed to get married, but so many animals would have been killed. So how should I have got married? So he said, no worries. I will get you married. So with whom will you marry me off? Listen, Ramji is marrying Shabriji with
ए दृढ़ विश्वासा मंत्र जाप मम दृढ़ विश्वासा पंचम भजन सोवे द प्रकाशा पंचम भजन सोवे द प्रकाशा मंत्र जाप मम दृढ़ विश्वासा शबरी मैं
O Shabri,
के साथ तुम्हारा विवाह करा दूं।
I will marry you with the Maha Mantra.
प्रभु के चले जाने के बाद
When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left this world,
क्या किया?
what did Vishnupriya Mataji do?
अपना पति समझा
She accepted Mahamantra as her husband and took the shelter of the holy names and lived her life. Today, Ramji is marrying Shabriji to the Mahamantra. And he says, Mantra Jap with Dhad Vishwasa, that is, with great allegiance and faith, you should chant my holy names, and gives the discourse of 9 limbs of devotional service. So, and he asked Shabriji, where should I go in search of Sitaji? She said that you should go towards Kishikandha. Maybe you will find her there. He liberated Shabri and he starts walking towards Kishikandha. And on the way, he meets Narad Muni. He is distressed and in separation. And Narad is thinking, this is right. I wanted to marry, but you never allowed me to get married. Otherwise, I would have been also come with you weeping. Now I have understood what is the result of marrying and what are the signs of great sage. So Ramji revealed the signs of great sage is and moved forward to Rishikanda. So Ramji is leaving Pampa Sarovar and meeting Naraji and giving the signs of sages and saints. And there Aranya Khan gets concluded. But how can we separate Ram and Sita ji? Because here we can elaborate and as well as shorten the discourse. So then Ramji goes and he befriends Sugriv kills Bali, and Sugriv sent his army to search Sitaji, and Hanumanji have an audience with Sitaji. He burns Ravan's Lanka and gives the news to Lord Shri Ram. And Ramji fasts for 3 days on the banks or on the wharfs of the ocean, but the ocean doesn't give the way or path. And when Ramji took to weapons, then ocean appeared and gave the solution. They made a bridge, and at the end he wants to give a chance to Ravana, and he sends Angad, the son of Bali, to give a counsel, but Ravan doesn't agree. And then there is a war between these two. And how was the war between them? That is uncompared to any other battle or war that has been fought. So all the demons are destroyed. Ravan's son Meghnad is killed, and at the end, Ramji has beautifully behaved. Ravana was sitting on the chariot, and Ramji was not on the chariot, but he took the chariot of principles of religiosity, that is dharma, and he kills Ravana and liberates or frees Mother Sita, and then they come back to Ayodhya, and then Ramji is coronated as the king. All the denizens of Ayodhya are happy, and everybody is have one name.
रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीता राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम। श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की। सो इस प्रकार से राम जी अयोध्या में वापस आए।
So in this manner, Ramji returns to Ayodhya. Everything became auspicious. So it's not appropriate to end or conclude the pastimes of the Lord in this manner. That is why we have returned Ramji to Ayodhya and coronated him as a king. So in the previous Katha, we heard about the pastimes of his marriage, and this Katha, we heard the Aranyakans. Although I am not intelligent or wise, and it is not even our qualification or job, but we just listen, and by mercy and desire of Guru Maharaj, we speak, and you listen. It is your glory, and without seeing any shortcoming, just listening to the kathas and accept them, you really are. So we really am thankful to you that you all have been listening. I especially want to thank the host of this 356 Katha, the denizens of Bengaluru, the Thalam family, Pushpa Mataji. Especially I want to thank you because she has organized this Katha for her fathers and mothers auspicious day. I want to congratulate Jagannath Shetty ji and Geeta Mataji and their whole family. May your all desires are fulfilled. You get unalloyed devotional service with the Lord. I pray to the Lord, and all you devotees should always be happy and blissful, and you all are filled with devotional service, and your heart should be focused on the Lord. And with that well wishes, I conclude this Bhagavatam Katha with Jai Jaykar.
भागवतम महापुराण के श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान के